Yo, what's going on everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Today's video is a review of the RX Smart Gear Frevo. At the time of this recording, this rope is unreleased. Dave Newman sent me one of these ropes to review. I've been using it for the past couple months and I look forward to sharing my review and my opinion with you. Let's do this. This is the unboxing for RX's new Freestyle rope, the Frevo, or Frevo. I'm not sure how to pronounce it. I gotta ask Dave Newman, the CEO of RX. The case looks a lot like the Evo, the double under rope. Let's see what we have here. This is the Freestyle rope. It's got several attachments that come in with it. I think it comes with 3 attachments, different attachments. So you have a PVC rope here. This actually is coated, PVC coated with metal underneath. And then you have the beads. It's a beaded rope as well. You can use beads. It's got the beads with the cord that goes through the beads. And then you have the black beads as well. And then you have some extra jump rope ties. And it looks like some adjustment mechanisms to use for the PVC. Now we're looking at the actual rope here. Take this out. The handles look to be the same. They have some bearings on them as well. Handles look the same as the Evo. I think they use the same style of handles, and then you have I believe it's a 4.5 millimeter PVC rope here. That's what you get. You get the case, you get these handles, these nice handles here, and then you get the beads with it. You get the rope that goes through the beads, and you get a heavier duty PVC coated over metal rope. That's the unboxing for RX Smart Gear's new Freestyle rope that at the time of this recording is not on the market yet. All right, we'll start off by talking about the pros. The first thing that I like about this jump rope system is that you get a lot of value. You get 3 different attachments. What I'm showing here is 2 attachments. These are the 2 that I use the most. Full disclosure, I have not used the beaded rope, and it's not a knock against beaded ropes. For me, it just takes too much time to set up. So it's not a knock on beaded ropes. I'm not saying I don't like beaded ropes, but for me, I like to get my jump rope and start jumping quickly. And these 2 cords right here, the 3.4 ounce buff cable and the 4.5 millimeter PVC cord, are a lot easier to get set up. For me, I like getting things done quickly. So these are the 2 that I've used the most, but it does come with 3 different attachments, and I think that adds a lot of value for somebody who's going to be spending some money on a jump rope. You could use this jump rope for double unders, you can use it for freestyle, you can use it for a whole lot of other things. So you get a lot of value out of getting a rope with such good handles and also with 3 different attachments that will work on it. RX Smart Gear is offering a lot of value by adding 3 different rope attachments that can serve 3 different purposes. The second pro I'm going to talk about is this carrying case. It's another instance of RX Smart Gear giving you a lot. Even though this rope might be a little expensive, they give you a lot for what you pay for. I like this carrying case because it has a special compartment where you can store your jump rope, but you can also use it for other things. And it's all about value, and I think that you get a lot of value with this rope. Not only do you get 3 different attachments, but you also get a high-speed carrying case as well. The third pro that I'm going to talk about is the fact that you can buy replacement cords. When this rope is put out on the market, because at the time of this recording, this rope is not available to the mass market, you can buy replacements. You can buy the PVC, you can buy the buff cable, and you shouldn't need to buy more beads, but if you do need to buy beads, you can buy those as well. So you'll be able to buy replacements. One of my biggest pet peeves is when a jump rope retailer doesn't sell replacement cords, because if you have material that's not that robust, like straight PVC, the buff cable is a lot more robust, but a PVC cord, a straight PVC cord, is going to break over time. So people should be selling replacement cords and not selling a whole new system. There are some jump rope dealers out there who will only sell you the whole rope system with the handles when your handles aren't broken. It's just the rope that's broken. I like that RX Smart Gear, they sell replacements and they plan on selling replacement cords with this rope as well. I'm going to talk about two cons. The first thing that can be a bit difficult to deal with this jump rope is the locking mechanisms. The locking mechanisms at first were very difficult for me to pull apart. I actually had to use my teeth a few times. Now that they've settled in, they're a little bit easier to pull apart. But when I first got this jump rope, I had to actually use my teeth to get it unlocked.
Now it's locked in place, okay?
Now you can look at it as a good thing, because you know if it's difficult to pull apart with your hands, then the rope is going to stay in place because the locking mechanism is not going to disengage. So that's a good thing.
So really, you say,
Oh God, Harold, are you okay?
actually I didn't have it locked.
It does make it more difficult to switch out between one of the three rope attachments. If you want to use the PVC, but you're currently using the buff cable, then when you first get this rope, these locking mechanisms can be difficult to unhinge. A second con, or something for consideration, is that this rope is called a freestyle rope, and this is sort of in the same vein as Crossrope's Freestyle LE. Now, when you name a rope a freestyle rope, it all depends on what your definition is. If you're looking to do tricks like Buddy Lee does with the Rope Master or the Elite SRS Pro Freestyle, something along those lines, that's not really what this rope is. It is not a complicated freestyle rope. If you define freestyle as anything other than conventional jumping or double unders, which a lot of people will define freestyle as, then you could consider this a freestyle rope, just like you could consider the Crossrope Freestyle LE a freestyle rope. So it's all about your definition, but you have to understand that if you're looking to do complicated, fast freestyle tricks, sort of like Buddy Lee does, then this rope, you're probably not going to be able to achieve that. You're going to want to go for a long handle 4mm freestyle rope. Now you can get a good amount of speed with both of these ropes, but with the buff cable, it's going to be difficult to maneuver because it is not as flexible. And then with this rope here, the 4.5mm PVC, first, the handles are a lot shorter than a long handle jump rope, and then you're adding 0.5 millimeter in diameter on, which adds to the weight, which makes it so that you cannot maneuver the rope as fast as you would be able to with a Elite SRS Pro Freestyle or a Buddy Lee Rope Master. So it's not necessarily a con, but what I don't want to happen is someone goes out and gets this rope and then they think that they're going to be able to do all these fast tricks and all that. That's not really what this rope is. Yes, I would consider it a freestyle rope, but it's more of a basic freestyle rope, not a complicated Buddy Lee type speed freestyle rope. All right, now we're getting into the review. We've done the pros, we've done the cons. We're going to talk about price to value. There is no actual price on this rope right now because it has not been released to the general public. But I think that this rope is going to come through at around $60 US, but please don't hold me to that. That's going to be up to RX Smart Gear how they price this rope. But if it does come through at $60 USD, I think that that is more than fair for the amount of value that you get with this jump rope, because you get these handles which are definitely living up to the RX Smart Gear standard. They are the same handles that's what's on their other double under jump ropes, and they work well. They are fantastic handles with bearings, and they make it such a smooth experience. You get 3 different attachments, you get these premium handles, you get a nice carrying case, and you get a lot of value. I think that if the rope were priced up $20 to $40 more above $60 USD, I would gladly pay that price for this rope after using it. I'm going to give it a 5 out of 5 jumps, but that is based on this rope will likely be released at $60 US. All right, right, continuing on in the review, we're gonna talk about the quality of this jump rope and we're gonna rate the quality. When I talk about quality, I like to start with the handles. The handle is where you wanna start off with when you're examining quality. And this rope lives up to the other RX Smart Gear jump ropes as far as their premium quality handles. They have these corrugated knurled handles here that make it very easy to grip and never lose your grip. Even if you're sweating, you can choke down on the handles like this, which is what I like to do when I'm using the PVC rope, or you can choke up and use the power grip whenever you're using the buff cable. I like the versatility that the handles give you, and I like how the handles feel. They are sturdy, but they're also light so that you can maneuver the rope quickly if you need to, so that if you're doing double unders, if you're trying to do some speed crossovers, it's no problem whatsoever. But this is just a regular PVC cord, so there's really not much to say about that. It's held up well since I've had it. I've mainly used the buff cable, RX Smart Gear's buff cable, and the buff cable is 3.4 ounces. It's the same one that you see that I have on my RX Smart Gear original jump rope, so 3.4 ounces. This can get a little bit heavy at times, especially if you're doing a long jump, so what I like to do is choke up on the handles, especially if I'm doing a 5-10 minute straight jumping session with the buff cable. 5 out of 5 for quality. This rope just works. It's smooth, it performs well, the handles are sturdy, they're robust, but they're also light and easy to maneuver. 5 out of 5 for quality. Because this rope has so many attachments that come with it. It has 3 attachments. It has the beaded attachment, it has the PVC, the red cord, which you see right here, and it has the 3.4 ounce buff cable. I'm gonna give it a 5 out of 5 for versatility. Even though you can't do some of the more complicated freestyle tricks like you would be able to do with the Elite SRS Pro Freestyle / Fit Plus or the Buddy Lee Rope Master, you can still do a lot with this rope. You can still do quite a bit. You can do weighted workouts with a 3.4 ounce buff cable here. You can do more boxer style workouts like double under crosses, double under speed crossovers, anything along those lines with this cable because it's more flexible than the buff cable. And with the beaded rope, you can try to do some releases in that regard, although I have not used the beaded rope with this set. So versatility gets a 5 out of 5 jumps, mainly because the rope has so many attachments. The handles are not going to be as versatile as a long handle jump rope because they are shorter handles, and for me, I just prefer long handle jump ropes because that's what I used from the beginning, and I find them easier to maneuver more quickly. But even with that being said, I still give it a 5 out of 5 despite the handles being shorter. Ease of use. Ease of use is a super important metric, as the other ones are, but ease of use is especially important because if you're just getting into working out with a jump rope, and especially if you haven't used jump ropes in the past, you're going to want something that you can break out of the box and start using. For this jump rope, I give it a 4 out of 5 for ease of use. And the reason I don't give it a 5 out of 5, and the reason it falls a little bit short, is because this locking mechanism here is difficult in the beginning to engage. And when I say engage, it is difficult to pull apart. You see me struggling a good bit right there. It is difficult to pull apart. And what that does is, if you start off, the rope comes packaged in the PVC configuration. If you start off and you don't want to use the PVC, you want to use a heavier cord. If you're a beginner, you want more feedback, and then it's difficult to change out the ropes, then that can discourage you. And especially if you haven't worked out in a long time, you may just give up. Even though that's not the right answer, it happens a lot. You want to remove as many obstacles as you can, especially if you have not exercised in a long time. So that's why ease of use is so important. I think that on the flip side, having a locking mechanism that is difficult to engage,
And then after you let go, it locks.
and then disengage is a pro. If you're worried about the rope becoming loose, you know that if you can't take it apart with your hands, then the rope is not going to cause it to disengage.
Give you an example. See,
Whoa!
now it's locked in place. You say,
Oh God, Harold.
So I think that that is a pro in that sense, but if you're trying to change out the rope attachments, and you're struggling with getting the locking mechanism disengaged, and that can be a little bit of a problem. So it's not impossible to get it disengaged, but it is difficult in the beginning until the material starts to wear down a little bit. So for that reason, I give it a 4 out of 5 jumps. As far as operations go, the rope is smooth. It is easy to use once you get it set up, but getting it set up can be a little bit difficult because of the locking mechanism and how difficult it is to engage. Performance is where this rope really shines. I'm a big fan of this rope. I've been using it just as much as I use the rhythm rope, which is my other go-to rope these days and at the time of this recording. Performance, it's tough to think of another rope that can exceed this rope in performance as far as I have been using it. The buff cable is probably my favorite, but the PVC rope is also good. It's hard to explain how good the performance is on this rope. When I'm using the buff cable, I think it's because of the bearings and because of how robust yet light the handles are. It feels like the rope is turning itself, but you're still putting in the work and you're still getting an awesome exercise session out of it. The way they've been able to engineer these handles to make it easy to turn, but to also give you your money's worth as far as a workout goes, is second to none. I haven't quite seen anything like it. I think that the rhythm rope with its design, they're probably neck and neck as far as performance goes. You just have to use it to understand how well it performs and how smooth it is. So a 5 out of 5 for performance for the RX Smart Gear Frevo. Is this rope right for you? The best way to figure out if this rope is right for you is to figure out what kind of jumping you want to do and what your goals are. If your goal is to simply use the jump rope to get in shape, then this rope is definitely right for you because you got the buff cable, which offers a good bit of feedback and a good bit of weight at 3.4 ounces. And you also got the PVC cord, which is lighter, that you'll be able to use for higher intensity workouts where you're not having to worry about the weight too much. So if you are looking for fitness only as your jump rope goal, then this rope is definitely for you. If you're a beginner, I'd say this rope is for you as well. Because of the shorter handles, it's going to be easier to use in the beginning, and because you got a rope that has a little bit more feedback in the 3.4 ounce buff cable, you also have the PVC cord, which even though it's not a 5mm cord, it's a 4.5mm cord, it still gives good feedback. And you also have the beaded rope that you can use for some feedback if you like using beaded rope. So if you're a beginner, I'd say this rope would be an excellent choice for you because it provides 3 different jumping scenarios with the 3 different cables for you to test out and try as you're getting more comfortable with jump rope. If you're an athlete and you're looking to improve your quickness and your coordination while also building muscular endurance and cardiovascular endurance, of course, I'd say this rope would be a great choice for you because you have, again, all the different cables that you can use to meet various goals that athletes need to meet, whether that's improving cardio, improving muscular endurance, or both. If you're looking for basic freestyle, the basic freestyle tricks like crossovers, EB, and things of that nature, then I'd also say this rope is a good choice for you. The cord that you're going to want to use the most, in my opinion, is going to be the PVC cord. Beaded cord is also a good option for those types of tricks. The only person who I think would not benefit from this kind of rope would be someone who is an advanced freestyle jumper with a whole lot of quickness. So when you think of an advanced freestyle jumper who moves the rope extremely quickly, most people think of Buddy Lee. If you are aspiring to be a fast freestyle jumper like Buddy Lee, then I don't know if this rope would be the best choice for you. It might be good to build your foundation, but if you want to move that quickly and you want to maneuver the rope that quickly, then my recommendation would be to either get an Elite SRS Pro Freestyle / Fit Plus or a Buddy Lee Rope Master. It's not saying anything against this rope. I think this is a fantastic rope. It's one of the better jump ropes I've used in recent memory, but there are better ropes out there for complicated, quick quick, fast freestyle tricks. As always, I really appreciate you tuning into the video. It means a lot to me. This channel continues to grow slowly but surely, and I'm thankful for all the people who continue to watch the channel and for the people who just discovered the channel. It means a lot to me that you continue to come back and show the channel the support that you show it. If you'd like to support in other ways besides subscribing and hitting the thumbs up button, you can check all those ways out in the video description below. You can follow me on Facebook and Instagram. I'm on both. And until next time, stay safe, stay healthy, jump rope to freedom. Peace. Thanks for your support. Take care.